325 Hornadies, and I've got 25 of the 405 that we used before. So it might just be an R&D mission, Sam. We might be just finding out how those things fly, but hopefully we'll see how we go.
Yeah, that's right. We'll see how we go. It's still pretty green around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crops are still
It's a few weeks off before we're going to be. Even that stuff up on the top of the hill there is it's dropped, but hopefully they clear that shortly. But yeah, we've got a while to wait.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, the wind looks pretty okay, and the day is nice and bright. We should have decent dust. I've got some decent dust coming up behind us, so yeah, we've got as good a shot as any.
It looks pretty clear and sunny at the moment anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, there's speckled cloud. Two targets right.
One target tall. Tall, nice and straight, half a target tall, just over the top. Really close. Left, level with the bottom edge of target, 2 targets left.
Huh, the wind's changed.
Wind is going right to left. Hit it! Beautiful! Nearly dead centre.
Yeah.
Got it! Awesome!
Well, we'll take that.
Yeah!
I've got a couple more, I'll do those.
It's
a bit hard to see,
tiny bit low of
but I
dead
actually
centre.
held it in a particular spot.
Awesome. Okay. Oh, just underneath.
Oh, really?
Well, dust came from behind the target. It looked like it was a tiny bit low.
I thought I'd gone a little bit higher. It just moved and I pulled the target. It must have been just before that. I'm just struggling to see it.
Yeah. Hit.
Sorry?
Hit.
Oh, really?
Bottom right. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Just off the edge, just on the very edge of the plate, right hand bottom corner.
Oh, I can see it swinging.
Yeah.
It's visible when it's swinging.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well today we're basically it's sort of coming towards the end of winter, coming into summertime. We should have some long range shooting to do shortly. All the paddocks and things around the place are still in crop, so we're really desperately waiting for that to come so we can do some stuff with our high powers and long range stuff. We've got some big shots planned, but we thought we'd come back and revisit this long range shot which I tried to hit this, which is we'll get the phone and verify it, so we'll go up to target and verify it, but it's approximately 1,075 yards, and we thought we'd try and do it again with the 45-70, so probably going too far, but we got pretty close, so I thought I'd try it again. What I tried with last time was these 405 grain bullets that I've worked out a powder load and everything to go to the 405 grain bullet. Look, big fat bullet in there. They come back another sort of nearly half an inch inside here, or a little bit over half an inch inside there, so a big long bullet. at a 405 grain bullet in just an old a flat nose or rounded nose lead soft nose bullet. What I decided to try and worked were the Hornadies. I've actually got a bit of a few things in there, but with the Hornadies, where we actually tried which are a 325 grain bullet. They're obviously more of a Spitzer style with a bullet, or the pointed style bullet with essentially the poly tip in it, but at 325 and a little bit of ballistic coefficient, we're running a little bit more powder because we've got the lighter bullet, and in theory it was going to give us less of a holdover, so a little less affected by wind and get there a little faster. And the truth of it is, it's what I found. Obviously, in a crude sort of a fashion here, we've essentially got the this is my sighting scale on this unit. I'll come a bit closer so you can see, close to the camera so you can actually see what I'm actually doing. This is what I'm using for sighting, and at the 405 grain bullet we were running essentially just under the 9. I don't know if you can see that, it was a 9 there. I was actually down to just the top of the 7 was poking out there, so 7.5 was actually what I was actually holding at to hold my front sight on. You'll also notice I'm messing with it occasionally. Because of the shock of the load, this little unit actually bounces down sometimes. It actually moves a little bit. So some of the shots I've got when I'm finding my target, I find that unless you really can see that, pay attention to that sight, that's actually moved and you'll shoot low because of that. But you're fairly used to it, works really nicely, great rifle, been shot before, but yet 2 hits at 1,075 yards with a 45-70 guide gun offhand. I'm pretty happy with that. We'll go up to target and we'll show you the hits, and we'll also range it properly out there. Okay, well, we're here at target. There's our 2 hits, nice decent hits.
Good shots. Yeah.
This paint, this has all been sitting around the winter time, and the paint's actually come a little bit unstuck, and you saw it really shook it off a lot on there, but still did its job as a target. I'll just show you, we ranged, and I'll just show you with this measuring tape app exactly what we've got for our range. What does that say?
What do we got there? 1,081 yards.
1,081 yards. So, yep, okay. I was working on 1,075. We were a little bit further back than last time we tried this, but it all worked. By the way, that's a measuring tape app for iPhone called Measuring Tape. I'll just show you what we actually did today. We actually were desperately waiting for summer to come, for crops to be harvested and get some of our shooting area back. But while we're waiting for that, we're getting a little antsy and decided to come out and try this again. Tried a while ago with the 45-70 with the same rifle, using the 405 grain bullet, which are big fat lump of a thing in the end there, old style bullet, worked really nicely, shot really well, nice and consistent, but I'm using a fair bit of I'm using a fair bit of range, and obviously the bullet's more affected by wind the bigger arc it's travelling through and the longer it's actually travelling to the target. So I thought I would try these, which are just the 325 grain hunting round from Hornady, which are a bit more of a Spitzer style. They have a little bit better ballistic coefficient, but they're a lighter bullet, so essentially I can run powder to run them a fair bit quicker. I think these are running at around the 1,750 feet per second. This is running at around the 2,100 feet per second, so it's just going to get here a little bit quicker. I wasn't sure it was going to stay stable or what it was going to do, but that worked really well. Nice decent size hits in here, and it was pretty consistent, you know, for iron sights, and I was actually using a little bit of holdover. I was actually holding about 2 yards to the side, down to 1 yard to the side, but at 1,080 yards, I'm pretty impressed. That worked pretty well. Wasn't as hard as I thought it might be, and worked really well. But anyway, we'll have some proper long range shooting for you shortly with our high powers and scopes and bits and pieces. But I'm glad to share, and hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you next time.